Sup everyone? That was kind of awkward. I have assistance today. I got Brenna. She wants to help film. You wanna be on YouTube? Yeah? You wanna be on YouTube? Okay, you can help. Hi guys, it's Sam. I am here because it's July, which means that it is time for the May. Why do I keep calling it May? June wrap-up. I am here for my June wrap-up, and I am kind of embarrassed to film this because, to be honest, I had a horrible reading month in June. It was, in my defense, I was busy and it was a little bit stressful and crazy, but I got 3.5 books read and 1 graphic novel, but also 2 of those books were over 700 pages, so they were kind of long. So at least there was that. And 2 of those books, one of the books and one of the graphic novels I did finish in the first couple days of July, but I read like 97% of them in June. So we're going to include them in the June wrap-up. Alright, so let's get started. The first 2 books that I read in June, I keep wanting to call it May, they were from the Gentleman Bastard series, and that is The Lies of Locke Lamora and Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch. And I'm sure this will look very familiar to you because I keep mentioning them in videos I've made the last month. So yes, I enjoyed these guys. I don't want to go too much into it since I already did a review video, but suffice it to say it is a fantasy series. They are... Hi, Bailey. The series follows a group of thieves called the Gentleman Bastards, and they are basically the best thieves in this city, and they get tangled up in events that are a little bit bigger than them, and they don't want to be tangled up in these events, so they have to kind of find a way out of it and figure out how to navigate the situation while pulling off the biggest heists ever. But yeah. So the full synopsis and review, of course, are in my review video, so I will link that below if you want to watch it, which I hope you do. Please watch it. I encourage you to watch it because you need to be convinced to read this book series because it's great. Red Seas Under Red Skies takes place about 2 years after the events in the first book, and it is just as good as the first one, and it has pirates. Need I say more? Pirates. Pirates make any book more interesting, which is funny to think about because I'm pretty sure if, 300, 400 years ago people were dealing with Blackbeard, they weren't like, oh cool, pirates! But for some reason in books, it makes the book more interesting, so yeah. Pirates and Locke. But yeah, the book series in general is really, really good. The dialogue is fantastic, the world building is amazing, it just feels real, and these are both adult fantasies, so younger readers, you might want to steer clear of these for a few years, but other than that, very, very good. The next book that I finished in June was, I'm very prepared today, was Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. This is one of the ones that I finished reading like the last little bit in July, so I'm including it because I read pretty much all of it in June. It was really, really good. When I first read Cinder, I wasn't quite sold on the series. It was okay, I liked it, but it wasn't like I was as excited about it as other people were. But then I read Scarlet, and I saw exactly why people really, really, really like this book series. It was awesome. Scarlet is told from the perspective of, I forgot what I was going to say. Scarlet is sort of about the Red Riding Hood character, not Sleeping Beauty like I was originally saying. I don't know where I got that idea. Silly me. It follows her perspective and Cinder's, so it flip-flops back and forth, kind of shows how their paths are intertwined. It's really, really good. I really like the character of Scarlet and Wolf, and I am super excited to read Cress, which I hope to pick up next month. So this was the next book I read in June. The next little guy I have here, I started reading in May, and I didn't really like it, but I wanted to finish it anyway, and that book was Deep Blue by Jennifer Donnelly. I was trying to get myself to read this book. I really wasn't too keen on it. I didn't really like the writing. I thought the writing was kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. You know when you're reading a book and you just feel like somebody's writing it, you don't feel immersed in it, the dialogue doesn't feel real, it just feels kind of cheesy. I was not a fan of it. The story seemed kind of cool, but the execution, I just was not into it. But I wanted to try and finish it anyway, so I was trying to read it again until I got to this line, which I will read now. Please, can you spare some currency? Spelled C-U-R-R-E-N-S-E-A. Yes, like currents in the ocean, and sea as in a large body of water. I felt like I was reading a Laffy Taffy joke. What kind of money do mermaids use? Currency! Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. They were using it in all seriousness. I tried to like it. I just can't. I can't. I don't know what it was about that line that just kind of like summed up why I don't like this book. It was like she was trying to be a lot more clever than she actually was. Like, it just, I'm sorry. If you like this book, I'm glad that you liked it. I couldn't. I can't. And it's not very often that I can't finish a book, but it totally happened with this one. So, yeah. You might like it, or you might not. I don't want to deter you from reading it, but just know that I personally did not much care for it. Deep Blue by Jennifer Donnelly. The next book I read is actually a graphic novel, and that was The Sandman by Neil Gaiman. And this was really, really, really good. It was super creepy. Like, I don't recommend reading it right before bed because it might give you weird dreams, because that totally happened to me. But it was really, really good. It follows a group of people that try to capture Death, but instead they captured Death's little brother, Sandman, or Dream is his name. And basically he is trapped by them for like 70-ish years. He ends up escaping, getting his revenge, trying to find the tools that he uses in his world of dreams, trying to find them and get them back because they were stolen from him. And it just follows him on his little quest to do so. It was really, really good. The ending was excellent. I loved it. I can't wait to get my hands on the other volumes. I'm super excited to finish it. And I just discovered yesterday that they are finally, after many, many years of trying to do so, making a movie that will be out in Christmas of 2016, which seems really far away. But you know what? We'll probably get the movie before we get season 4 of Sherlock. So there you go. That was really sad. But it's going to star Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and it is being written and produced and such by Neil Gaiman, so I'm quite excited for that. So yes, I really, really like this, and the artwork was quite excellent. He looks super creepy. That's him. That's the Sandman. But it was really good, and you can't help. He's not really evil, which I liked about it, because he looks like he might be evil, but he wasn't. He's kind of a good guy, you know? He likes to protect people in their dreams, and I don't know. It was good. So if you want to get your hands on a graphic novel, no better place to start than Neil Gaiman, because he has a brilliant, brilliant mind. So yes, those were the few little books I read in June. I'm hoping to read a little bit more in July. I think things will be a little bit less crazy. So I have a few books I want to show you guys for a TBR, but it's tentative TBR. But I have a few books I will show you guys that I know for sure I want to get through, and then maybe a couple others that I might get to, but I don't know yet because I change my mind when it comes to picking up a new book, and I'm like, oh, I'll read this one. No, I will read this one. But anyway, the first book is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Again, I started this back in May. I didn't read hardly any of it in June, which is really sad, but I started reading it again last night. So I want to get through this one because I've been trying to reread the Harry Potter series since about February when I first picked up these new paperback editions. So I want to finish reading this one in July. Another book that I meant to read last month and did not get to was Volume 2 of the Rhaenyra Revelations, Rise of Empire. I want to get through this one, and so I can get to the third one, so I can finally read the 2 prequels, because I've been so sad in not getting to it sooner. So that is the next book. The next one that I've also started is Fables. It's another graphic novel centered around fairy tales who are having to hide out in New York City among mundanes, as they call us, everyday human people, because they've sort of been exiled from their land. So I just started it. So far it's pretty good. So yes, Fables. The next book that I'm hoping to get to this month is Prince of Thorns by Mark Lawrence. I have heard nothing but good things about this author and this book series. It looks cool. The cover is awesome. I also want to get to Cinder. Cinder. Cress. I want to get to Cress. Those C names, they just all sort of go together. Cress. I'm hoping to get to Cress. I still need to buy it. I don't have it right now, but I'm hoping to pick it up. The last book I'm hoping to get to this month is Sword of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I really, really want to get to this one. I've been wanting to read it for a couple months and I just haven't gotten to it, and I just keep hearing everybody talk about how good this series is, and so I really, really want to read it. So, yes. That was my June wrap up and my July TBR. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books and your thoughts on them, and again, I'm really, really sorry if you like Deep Blue. I do not judge you based on that. I just personally don't like it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until my next one, bye! Oh! That's what you get. I was trying to hold up all my books to get my thumbnail, and it didn't work. I'm a klutz. It didn't happen.